Okay, black now makes a fairly obvious move, considering that it is a computer. It captures my G knight here. Strategically, if it looked ahead, it should be able to see what I had lined up here, but the way the computer thinks, the algorithm tells it to capture the piece, obtain material if at all possible in the next move, so it does that. My response to that is to take back the pawn. Now I come out behind in this exchange. He's up a knight, I'm up, or I've captured one pawn, so he wins 2 points in that exchange. But you'll see that I still have that G5 outpost, which is crucial if I'm ever going to establish this attack and bring my bishop up to check black here. That being said, I don't mind exchanging those knights. Fortunately for me, the knight that was down on the F3 square wasn't doing a whole lot, so I've lost it essentially because I've just swapped it out for the one that was previously captured. But now I still own this outpost, which is what I really wanted out of that, and I'm still on tempo. So that being said, black's next move is this. Queen takes d4. Now, what he's trying to do here, he's captured my pawn. Now he's up 3 pawns, essentially, which is good. Or I should say he's up 3 points. He obviously captured my knight, and I captured one of his pawns. But now he's got a material advantage on me. So what he's hoping to do here is force an exchange. As you can see, he's protected along the A1, H8 diagonal by his bishop here. So even if I try to take his queen, he'll recapture. We've exchanged queens, and now we've kind of removed the major pieces here, the queens. And what he's hoping is that we'll go into the middle game, go into the eventually move into the end game with me being down a pretty significant amount of material, and then he'll defeat me in the end game. And it looks pretty good for black if that were to happen. Well, you know, I don't want to do that. And fortunately, that move didn't really affect my next move, which I had intended on doing anyways, which is developing my bishop to the 7th rank here and putting him in check. This is not a good situation for black because he can't capture my bishop with either his king or any other piece, and he's now forced to move. So he does that. He moves over here to d7. Now, this is not good for black because he's lost tempo. He's moved his king. Now he can't castle. He's moved out to the middle of the board, and now he's on the same file as his queen, which has now created a pin with my queen, and which could create a worse pin later, which in fact does. So it's now up to me what I can do here. The issue is still pending with the queen exchange, which is what he's hoping that I'll do. But you know, I know he wants me to do that. I don't want to do that. So this is what I do. Queen to b3. This is kind of a prophylactic move here. I'm just kind of moving my queen out of the way, repositioning her for another to continue my attack, really. Obviously, if I continue along this diagonal, I can place black in check on my next move, and then he's got 3 of my players right on top of his king. And this is a bad situation for black. So he's got to do something creative here, and so this is what he does. He puts my king into check. Probably a pretty good move. He's exposed his king here, but he has removed that potential pin, which could come to haunt him later. So my response here is to block the check with my bishop. This is great for me. Now I've blocked his check threat, and I've developed my bishop. and I still could castle if he chose to do a different move. Well, being a computer, he likes to put the pressure on. He likes to attack. So he adjusts his queen, moves over to the A file, puts me in check again along this diagonal. Now, I could move my bishop down. I actually like the bishop on this square. So I pretty much committed to having to castle, or that I won't be able to castle, because I want to maintain my bishop where it's at, and I really don't have a lot of other options there. So I go ahead and move my king over. To which he responds, check again. Now he's checking me along this diagonal. He's just kind of chasing me now. He was hoping before that I would move my king out here, kind of like how his king is out and exposed, and then he could do to me what I intend on doing to him. Well, I wasn't going to let that happen. So I move back closer to my rook here. Now, yeah, I've completely trapped this rook on this rank here, but that's the price you have to pay, because I have something far worse lined up for black now. He now has to come up with something good here, because he's kind of made himself vulnerable.